What's up guys, I'm the RC Princess, aka Shannon, and today I am showing you how incredibly easy and simple it is to replace a 24 scale motor. So for some reason my motor always goes out on this one. Well, it's actually my husband's, which might explain a few things. But today, lucky for you, I am going to show you how to do it. Super easy, super quick. If you are looking for a good upgrade for a motor, the Mofo RC Torque Beast 50 is amazing. I put it in the Betty, and you guys, that thing blows my mind, as of most things. But today I'm keeping it simple. We're just using the same motor that's already in it, stock. It's really cheap. It's like $7 or $8, so super cheap. You can get them for less than $10. So the first thing you're gonna wanna do is I'm gonna actually go ahead and take my whole body off. It'll just be much easier instead of it falling on me and all that. So that is the first step I recommend. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so the first thing you're gonna wanna do is get this battery tray off. So it's just 2 screws here, here, and then on the other side, here, and here. And just a bonus tip for you guys, I always work on these little ones on a white towel or some kind of background because the screws are black. So if they fall, it's easy to see. So we're gonna go ahead and get those 4 screws out, and you also wanna keep them separate because a few of these screws are different sizes. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Perfect example of why I have a white background. So once all 4 screws are out, you're gonna give this like a little squeeze and it should come right out. And you're gonna set that aside. So next we're going to just unclip here the motor, and they're actually labeled for you just in case you can't remember which one it goes back into, where the battery goes and the motor goes. They're actually labeled for you, so it's pretty easy. So now you're gonna flip the car over, and there's 2 screws right here that you need to get out. And then to take the motor and transmission out, there is 1 more screw, and it is right there. So now the whole thing should lift up and out, and you can set the car aside. So now there are 2 screws that you have to take out, right here and right here. And now the whole motor plate just slides right off, and you're left with this. Now on some of them, you just take these 2 screws out and it's good, but for the deadbolt, you have to take the drive shaft arm part and the spur gear off to get to this screw right here. I'm gonna try to show you guys here. It's just barely under there, and you can get it out, but you can't get it back in without taking the spur gear off. So now you're gonna wanna take the, okay, sorry you guys, my camera died. Anyway, you're gonna wanna take these 2 screws off to get the motor off. And the motor just pops out. So then we're gonna get our new one and put that in. So I have the new motor, and I'm gonna go ahead and put that in there and just, you know, repeat all the steps that we just did reversed. And you do not want to over tighten these screws. Barely put them in there for right now, but never over tighten these ones. But the new motor does come with extra screws if you happen to strip these or lose one. So now we're gonna put the spur gear back in, and I like to put a little receipt here just to make sure that the mesh is good and, you know, not over tightened or anything. So when you turn it, it should just have a nice little crinkle to it. So then we want to replace this. And then this one is super easy because it's actually like cut out. So it only goes on there one way. And now it's time to replace the cover. That just kind of slips on there like that. And then you put your 2 screws back. Again, being careful not to over tighten anything, as these screws are so little and so delicate, it's really easy to strip them out. And there we go, there it is, all put back together. Now we're going to put it back in the car. So you want to line up your drive shafts with the ones that are still on the car. And then you're going to want to line that screw hole up and put the screw back in there. Now before you tighten that one all the way down, you're going to want to flip the car over and get these 2 going, and then tighten everything else down. And then you can go ahead and plug your motor back in. And now you have to put the battery tray back on, and that's pretty simple too. You just want to make sure that you're not pinching these wires. So on the battery tray, there's like these 2 little grooves, and you want to make sure you get the wires between them and you're not pinching them. And there you go, brand new motor installed. Let's put a battery in it and test it out, make sure it works. Okay, so we're gonna take our battery, we're gonna put that in there. Plug your battery in. Turn your transmitter on. Turn the car on, and moment of truth. It works, we did it. So now your last step is just to put the body back on, which is those 2 screws I was telling you about earlier. So back here on the back, there's just like 2 like groove things, and you just put those right there and put your screws back in and drop the body. So there we have it. Now we have a functioning 24 scale deadbolt and brand new motor and all that, all good to go. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Hit that red subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up if you would be so kind to do so, and I will talk to you guys in my next video. Bye!